Today we will see about Python numbers. So in Python, mainly two type of numbers are used. First one is without fractional part and other one with fractional part. So the numbers without fractional part are known as integers or shortly named as int, and numbers with fractional part uh, is called float. I mean floating point number. Let's say we have any variable a is equal to 5 and another number b is equal to 5.6. Now by using type function, we will print the type of that variable individually. So by printing the type of both a and b, so you can see it's giving us int for a and floating a float for b. So any variable without fractional part is known as is taken under integer, and any value with or any number with fractional part is known as float in Python. So these numbers can be positive and it can also be negative one. So both float and integer can be positive and negative as well. But difference between integers and float is that integers are without fractional part, but float contain fractional part. Next we will see that how to generate some random numbers in Python. Python provide various functions that allow you to generate random numbers. So the random module must be imported using the import keyword before you can use any of the random function. So we have to import a Python module name random. Random is Python standard module. It contains various function, and by using that function we generate random values. uh, if we use its function random dot random, so it will give us any value between 0.0 to 1.0. So any value between uh, floating point number between 0.0 and 1.0. So this random function give us uh, random value between 0.0 and 1.0. Next thing, if we want to produce any random value between two ranges, a starting and ending point, so we have a function rand int. So here we pass a starting point and ending point, and between that values we will generate a random value. So let's say we want to generate a value between 1 and 100. Now it will produce a value 69, as 69 is between 1 and 100. It will not go beyond that starting value and not up to that ending value. Now if we change it to 5 comma 10, now starting value is 5 and ending value is 10. Now it will generate any random value between that 5 and 10. So let's see, it's giving us 5 as its start 5 uh, from 5 and ends at 10. uh, Try again. Now it's giving us 9. So it will not give any value that is not between 5 and 10. So it will always give values from that starting and ending values we have provided inside that random function. Now what if we have a list of numbers and we want to uh, pick any random item from that list? So we have a function called choice. Now this choice takes a list of numbers, any order of number. So we have given a list of number to that choice function, and it will pick any value from that list. So each time we run it, it will give us a new random value from that list. So that's how we can use any value from that list by using choice function. Now if we want to get more than one values from list, so how we can get it? So it also provides a function named sample, and sample takes two parameter. First one is the list, and second one is the number of elements we want to generate. So let's say we want to generate three random numbers from that list. So it will give us 15, 65, 32. So check it again. So east 65, 15, 32. So it's producing random values from that list each time we run our program. It's give us new values, three new values from that list. So that's how we can generate multiple random values from list by using sample function. Next, we will see the use of min and max function. You can use min and max function to return the smallest or largest number within a group of numbers. You can supply the number as multiple parameter or as a list. Let's say remove that code. Let's say we want to print maximum from numbers, let's say 50, 65, 41. Now it should produce 65, as 65 is greatest from all of them. So by using max function, it gives us 65, that 65 is greater than 15 and 41. We can also use same in same way we can also use a min function to generate a smallest value from that number. So it gives us 15, that 15 is the smallest value from all three of them. So that's how we can use maximum and minimum function. We can also supply a list to that maximum minimum, just change that numbers into list. Now it will produce the same. So we can also give uh, supply numbers as multiple parameters, or we can also supply a list as a single parameter as well. So maximum and minimum are very handy function while uh, while working with numbers. Next, we will see about type conversion. Python has an inbuilt ability to convert numbers to a single type when performing calculation. For example, if we add an integer to a floating point number, so let's print it out, and what we get, we get a floating point number. So it uh, you can see these are two different number types. The 100 is integer while 5.5 is a float. However, Python can handle this. It will make the resulting number float. So that's how Python automatically converted the result to float. But we can also do the same stuff by our own choice. Let's say we have an integer a is equal to 100, and now let's print the type of that a. So definitely it will give us int as its type. Now change that 100 to float by writing into float function. So now check the type, it's giving us float, and we can also print the value of a. So you can see it's automatically add a floating point fractional part with that 100 when we use float on that integer. Similarly, we can also convert a floating point number to integer. So just reverse the process and we have passed a floating point number to an int function. Now check it. So it automatically removes the fractional part from it and just give the whole part, and giving us int as its type, that we have uh, changed the type of that floating point number to int by our own will. So that's how we can convert a type of numbers by our own. Today, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next upload. Bye bye.